Oh, it was in the spring of about 2001. Well, I was eating breakfast and I ate pancakes and sausage and had my blood sugar taken afterwards, and it was sky high. So then I went to the doctor and he said, well, we better eat pancakes and sausage again. And we did, and he said, you are a type 2 diabetic. I take it every morning before I eat, and if I feel woozy or dizzy, then I take it again to make sure that that's what it is. It's never been real low, except sometimes at noon I check it when I get a little woozy and dizzy, and then I check it, then I know it is low. Just like today, I did it, and it was low. But then I eat something, and then I feel okay. 76 is the lowest I've ever had. About 240 is the highest I've ever had. The highest is exercise, work, or do something, walk, to get it down. And I have never, been where I, felt like I was going into a coma or anything, not that bad. But usually if I walk, exercise, it will come down. And normally if it's high, I have overeat. If it's real high, I try to, low is, then I eat. Yeah, I've got to eat. And you should eat regular. And a diabetes should eat between meals even. Not much. Maybe a vegetable, celery or something like that between meals, They should. You eat more often and eat less when you do eat. Everybody, sometime or other, should have their blood sugar test. It's not painful, and then you would know, because a person may be walking around with type 2 diabetes and don't know it. It's very easy to do that. And overweight people, sometimes you look at that maybe as having diabetes. The main thing in my situation, type 2, is exercise, diet, and lose weight if you're overweight. That's the main three things.
One of the symptoms he had prior to the diagnosis of the diabetes was that he was going to the bathroom a lot. And he acted almost like he was hypoglycemic with the low blood sugar for years before they diagnosed the diabetes. He would get weak and shaky if he got too hungry or something like that. So those are the two of the main symptoms that he had before he was diagnosed. It's hard to, you take insulin, and it's hard to keep your blood in good control. And some are brittle. My daughter was very brittle, and she had to take shots like 4 a day. She couldn't, it was just really hard to regulate with the insulin. So type 1 and type 2 are just like oranges and apples. They're just two different diseases almost. Takes its toll on the body, the major organs so much. The eyes and kidneys and your heart and everything. It just weakens all your vital organs. Feet is very, very, you really got to be careful with your feet. It seems like that, even with type 2, you need to have your eyes checked often and your feet. Really watch your feet. And if you even like ingrown toenails, you can get an infection in that, and an infection in feet are really bad for diabetes. Or dry, real dry, if your feet are real dry and crack, you can get an infection in that. So those are things you really need to watch with your feet. Well, there's bleeding starts behind the eyes, and the blood, if it can separate the retina, cause your retina to separate. And if you catch that in time, see, Julie lost one eye because she didn't catch it in time and was about to lose the other. But there was a new doctor came into this group and had just seen surgery performed to reattach the retina, and it was very, very new. And he said he would like to try it, and so Julie wasn't seeing anyway. So she told him to go ahead and try it. So he saved her one eye. But if you can catch it early enough now, years ago, no. But now, if they can catch that separation early enough, they can do surgery and bring that eyesight back. But it's the bleeding that it seems like your blood vessels get real thin or something. It's really, diabetes takes a toll on the blood vessels too. Mm-hmm. And they get thin or something, and it starts the bleeding behind the eye, and you don't even know it. And it just kind of creeps up on you. Julie was blind before she even knew that she had a problem because she didn't go to the eye doctor every 6 months. And so the one was completely gone. The other one was just beginning to detach, but she didn't see very well out of that one either. So, but they did reconnect that one. It's just best to catch it early. My son was diagnosed, and I knew he had it because I could smell he was already ketotic, and I could smell the ketoacidosis on his breath. It's like an overripe fruit smell. And in October, he was staying with me. And when he kissed me goodbye, I said, "Jeff, I think you're diabetic. You better go to the doctor." And he says, "Well, I'm going. But he never did. And so we went to Mexico that year, the 1st of January, and got back in April. In May, it was on Mother's Day, and Julie called me and said that he went to the hospital, and he was in a coma because he let it go too long. I lived with it for so long. I could always tell when Julie's sugar was out of control because when she kissed me, you could smell that. My daughter would always say, I'd say your blood sugar's out of control because she'd kiss me and I'd smell this. I'd say, you need to take more insulin or, really exercise. And then she'd get to where she didn't want to kiss me anymore because I could smell that. So I quit telling her because I picked up on it every time.